Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Logan and today we're going to take a deep dive into one of my favorite sets and personally one I think is one of the best sets of all time when it's going to be all said and done. We're going to take a deep dive into Crown Zenith with how the market is going with these cards specifically, the graded prices, the raw prices. There's some sleepers that have a really good multiplier. Make sure you stay tuned to the end because the last card will actually really surprise you because not a lot of people even know about it. I just found out about it. So y'all make sure to stay tuned to see what card I'm talking about at the end. So we got a lot of cards to get through, but we're gonna get right into it. We got the Giratina gold card from Crown Zenith. Obviously, these are all from Crown Zenith, but raw it's a little over $200, and PSA 10 it's about $519 right now. And you know what? It was doing pretty good, honestly. Even right now, it's still doing pretty good when it comes to the crash that we are currently in right now. So it's one of the best sets, okay? There's a lot of bangers in this set, a lot of good cards, a lot of fan favorite Pokemon in this set. So this set is going to age very well because if you've been in the game for a little bit, you know that this set was printed to the ground so hard. Like this card was $70 at one point, and that was in April of 2024, and now a little over a year later it's tripled basically in value. So Crown Zenith is going to age very well. I'm not really here to talk about the values and what I think specifically, like it's a good buy, not good to buy. I'm just kind of here to show you guys all the data when it comes to this set right now. Next up, we got the Dragon Ball Z Mewtwo. This card has had a boom recently. This card was all the way down to $50 was probably the lowest, 43 right there. So this card was dirt cheap, and that was just the same thing in April of 2024. It was $42, and now we're looking at about 175. So it's quadrupled in price in a year and a half. And PSA 10 is 450 right now. I don't know what I was looking at, but this card is super cool. Like I said, it's got like a little Dragon Ball Z vibe to it, and it's the other half of the Charizard promo from the 151 UPC box that everybody probably knows about. But like I said, another good card, and it's aged very well. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen when it's all said and done? But now we're getting to the rest of the gold cards, the Arceus. So this card is kind of insane. The texture on this card specifically is so nice. It's so good to look at. And lowest point that it ever got to was probably what, $46? Was that the lowest? Yeah, $46 was the lowest it ever got to. And now we're looking at a little over $100, $120 right now. PSA 10 is $332. So it's triple. That's a decent multiplier, honestly, for Crown Zenith, which has pretty good print quality and pretty easy to grade when it comes to the Galarian Gallery cards. Next up, we have the Origin Form Dialga. Now this card was dirt cheap. $35 was the lowest it ever got to, and now we're about 86, and with the PSA 10 at 222. So I mean, like I said, that's almost a 4 or 3x multiplier, so that's still not bad as well. Kind of the same thing with the Palkia as well, a little over 3x multiplier in a PSA 10, but this card was $28 and then low 30s, and now it's just a normal chart. Honestly, all these cards kind of have normal charts for a little spike, then we level out, spike, then we level out, and now we might be going a little bit. Mewtwo kind of just slowly going up, a little spike, level out, now we're in a spike, and now we're leveling out. So this is just normal growth, normal stuff when it comes to cards. Next up, we got the Leafeon. This is a really nice card, really good art, and it's $56 raw, but I mean this card there's $20 right there, so it was a $20 card, and now we're 56 raw, and the PSA 10 is 175, so 3x multiplier. Like I said, it's really not hard to grade these cards. The print quality was really good at Crown Zenith, especially in the Galarian Gallery stuff. Now when it comes to the full art Galarian Gallery cards were really easy to grade. We'll get to the non-texture ones later on in the video, so y'all make sure to stay tuned for that. Next up, we got the Glaceon. This card is really just kind of clean. It's really slick. It's just a really nice card. Raw is 45. PSA 10 is 165. So little under a 4x multiplier. It's not bad at all. But it was $15 card at its lowest, and now we're at 45. So like, it's doing really good right now. Like I say, it's Evolution. A lot of fan favorites in the Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery. So like I said, I think it's going to keep on aging pretty well. Next up, we got Suicune. This is one of the best cards in the set. It's just such a nice card. You got $47 raw. The lowest it got to was 1368 was the lowest it ever got. 1336 was the lowest it ever got to. You could have got it for $10 all day and night. And now it got up to 55, and now it kind of leveled out to 47.28. PSA 10 is 186 though, so that's over 4x. We're getting close to 4.5x on a PSA 10, which is pretty good. But with my personal experience, this one was pretty hard to grade. I think I sent 5 in. I think I only got 2 in a PSA 10. Next up, we got my favorite legendary dog. I love Entei because the movie, if you've seen the movie, you know why a person would love Entei. Because you're like, oh my God, I want a dog like that to protect me. And if you haven't seen the movie, you better go watch the movie so you understand what I'm saying. But this one was low at $13 as well. And now we're in the $36 range with the PSA 10 at 153. So that's almost a 5x multiplier. That's a pretty good multiplier for a set that had really good print quality. Next up, we got the Raikou. This one as well was down. This one was definitely single digits at one point. Because what did it get to? 1168. Yeah, you definitely could have got this for single digits all day and night. And now, like, we're at the $30 range. But the PSA 10 is 177. That's over a 5x, guys. That's a really nice multiplier for a card that's not that expensive. So next up, we got the Deoxys VMAX. Wow. This card cracks me up. He just looks so derpy just standing there. It reminds me of the SpongeBob episode when SpongeBob is standing under the light when they're looking for a criminal. I forgot the ins and outs, but that's what it reminds me of. He's just derpy looking, just kind of standing there. But this card jumped up a lot because it was, yeah, you definitely could have got a single digits all day. 875 was the lowest it ever got, and now we're at $50. That's a pretty good jump right there with a PSA 10 at 170. So that's a 3x multiplier. I mean, it's not the biggest multiplier, but I mean, it's still a pretty decent jump. Darkrai. This card's really nice. This card was underrated for a super long time. Right now, we're looking at about $50 raw. And the lowest it got to was probably like 13. Yeah, 13 right here. Which, I don't know how accurate all these are, but I feel like you definitely could have got it for about $10. But now we're about $50. PSA 10 is 198. So that's a 4x multiplier. That ain't half bad. Next up, we got the Mew. So now we're going to start getting into the non-textured Galarian Gallery cards. So these ones are a little bit harder to grade right now. For some odd reason, I mean, it's the same thing with the Scarlet and Violet era. The SIRs are easier to grade than the IRs. And for this one, the textured ones are easier to grade than the non-textured one. Because right here, this card was dirt cheap. $5 all day and night. And now we got it shot up to 42. And now we're in the low 30s, 33.25. But the PSA 10 is 276. That's a pretty drastic multiplier right there. It's almost a 9x multiplier. So that's a nice one. And it's a good card. It's a cute card. Everybody's watching Mew sleep. The Cramorant cracks me up because it looks like it just wants to peck him. But yeah, there's a bunch of Pokemon just watching Mew sleep. It's a cute card. Not bad at all. Now we have the Pikachu. It's the textured one. This one, $32 raw, but this one was dirt cheap as well. $7. And now we're in the $32 range with the PSA 10 at 200. That's still a really good multiplier. It's almost a 7x. That's really good. And this one, if this card didn't have the yellow borders, this would be a really nice card. For some odd reason, when it came to Crown Zenith, the yellow borders, I was like, okay, we got it. Or I guess when it started doing the trainer galleries with the Lost Origin, Silver Timbus, and those sets, I was kind of done with the yellow borders. The yellow borders just didn't really flow for me when it came to the trainer gallery cards, and this is a prime example for me. If this had a silver border, it would look amazing. But yeah, this was $5-6 all day and night. Now we're in the $32 range with a $200 PSA 10. It's not bad at all. Next up, we got this Deoxys V-Star. This card was criminally underrated too for a very long time. It was under $10. And now I still kind of think it's underrated with the Deoxys VMAX being that high. I still kind of think this is a $30 card, basically, with a 160 PSA 10. It's a good multiplier, guys. 5x. 5x if you get into PSA 10. Those are good ratios. Next up, we got the God Pack Pikachu holding the leaf. You know, you put them all together, they make a little poster. So this card was what? Under, oh my God, $2 or $3. $2 or $3 at one point. Now we're at $25. PSA 10 is $225 too. It's a 10x. Really good ratios, guys. If you got these cards clean, you better make sure. Because a lot of people forgot about a lot of these cards because they were so cheap for so long. They're like, they don't have any real value. What's the point? And I mean, I've for sure pulled a bunch of these out of my binders, and I'm just like, oh wow. A lot of them are not the best condition because it was harder to print when it came to these non-textured cards. But that's a 10x multiplier for the most part. I guess 9.5x. Next up, we got the Zacian. This one kind of surprised me. So, like I said, it's almost a 10x multiplier. It was an $8, $9 card. Now we're about $18. But PSA 10 is 122. That's probably a 9-ish X multiplier. It's a really good multiplier for a card that's not that expensive. Next up, we got the Latias. This one is one of the best multipliers, for sure. The Latias non-textured one, like I said, if these silver borders weren't here, it would look so good. But this card you can get for $1, $2 all day. All day, $1, $2. Now we're about $15. PSA 10 is 218, guys. That's well over 10x multiplier. Probably 12, 13x when it comes to PSA 10 to raw. That's a really, really nice. For a card that's not that expensive, you'll take that all day. Next up, Luminion. So this card actually is not the most fan favorite Pokemon, obviously. Sorry to all the Luminion fans out there, but it's a really cool artwork. I can't lie. It's really nice. $15 raw, basically, and $125 in a PSA 10. Probably 9x, almost 10x multiplier. Like I said, guys, if you talk about strict ratios, these are pretty good when it comes to these lesser value cards. Now you got the Lapras right here. This was $2, $3 card. You could have picked this up at its lowest. And now we're at about $13, $14. PSA 10, 161. Well over a 10x multiplier, probably 12x multiplier at this point. Really good ratio right there. Now we got the Keldeo. So this one specifically, and this was like the Japanese one. Oh my God, this card looks good because you got the Northern Lights in the background, the color scheme with the sky and the water, the pond that it's over. I mean, the artwork of the Keldeo is absolutely phenomenal. Such a cool looking card. You could have got this for $2, $3 all day. Now we're at $11. This one is kind of still going up right now. And PSA 10 is 152. Well over 10x multiplier. Well over it. So, I mean, like I said, guys, make sure you got a lot of people probably have binder copies of these cards that were probably in their $2, $3 binders and that really didn't think much about it. And now you could really make some plays if they're in really good condition. Another one, the Deoxys. I mean, it's another one, guys. This was $2 or $3 all day. Now we're up at $11. So you're like, okay, I mean, that's a 5x multiplier. But then you look at the PSA 10, that's about a 12x, 12, 13x multiplier, 158 from an $11 card. You talk about strict ratios for a couple, and like I say, you send them off a couple months. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that at all. Next up, the Charizard, the Radiant Charizard from Crown Zenith. Another card that was probably $3. You probably could have picked it up $3, $4 all day. Now we're at $10. PSA 10 is 127. Well over 10x multiplier. Keep saying the same thing. We only got a couple cards left. This one was kind of shocking right here. The Rayquaza VMAX. Just the regular VMAX. Lowest it was with $2, $2, $3. Now we're up at $6. You're like, okay, that's not that big of a growth. But PSA 10 is over 100 just for a regular VMAX for Rayquaza, which this card I'm pretty sure has multiple prints. I forgot what it was from, but I'm pretty sure this Rayquaza VMAX is in another set as well, or it could be the Evolving Skies got reprinted. I don't know. Put in the comments which one it was, but I mean $6 to over 100. I mean, That's crazy ratios if you think about it. So, I mean, not bad at all. Now, last one. This one is crazy. So, this one, everybody, I've had a handful of these ones that I was going through bulk, and my fiance's favorite Pokemon is like Snorlax, Psyduck, and Dragonite. So, I try to keep her all the Snorlax, Psyduck, and Dragonite cards that I can. And this one she specifically likes because of the uniqueness of the card right now. It's the Snorlax. It's like the crocheted, the knitted reverse hollow. Okay, look at these numbers, guys. This is a $3 card ungraded. So for a reverse hollow, $3.50 is insane. But it was a pretty decent. It was always above $1, which obviously you could have got it below $1. But for market price, it was always above $1. So now we're about $3.50. But look at that PSA 10, $151. You go from $3 to $151. Hold on, I'm sorry, guys. This is very unprofessional. What is that? What is that ratio? So 43 times. So that's a 43x multiplier right there. That's a huge. When it comes to reverse hollow, yes, it's probably really hard to grade because none of the copies I have were gradable, but that's because they were in my bulk. So this goes to show. Make sure you check your bulk for the popular Pokemon that are reverse hollows. You know, the Evolutions, Mewtwo, Snorlax, all Gengars, Charizards, all the fan favorite Pokemon in reverse hollows could be worth some money, guys, if you think about it, because there's probably not a lot of these graded in a PSA 10. So, but like I said, 350 to 151 for a reverse hollow Snorlax, that's a crazy, crazy ratio. So make sure, I always do this now. I've learned my lesson. Anytime I get a reverse hollow of a popular Pokemon, I automatically just set it to the side because who knows what's going to happen. If nothing happens, then nothing happens. But there's a lot to gain. A lot to gain, nothing to lose. Because you're already getting it. You were going to throw it in bulk anyway. Just let it sit. So might as well just let it sit, but in a tin somewhere. So that's kind of a deep dive into Crown Zenith, guys. Like I said, it's one of my personal favorite sets. I think it's going to be one of the best sets of all time because it was slept on for so long. It was printed into the ground. Literally in the graveyard. That's how much Crown Zenith was printed. But it doesn't really matter because once it goes out of print, if the set is good, if it has good depth, if it's got fan favorite Pokemon, it will always perform given enough time. And like I said, the Sea and Sky boxes were not that long ago. And if you've been in the game for a little bit, you know how many times the Sea and Sky boxes kept popping up, kept popping up, kept popping up. So, like I said, if it's a good set, if it's got good depth, great Pokemon in the set, it's always going to perform. But yeah, this was kind of a deep dive, a little different video than what I normally do of the PSA 10 ratios of cards. Obviously, there's some sleeper cards in there with crazy ratios. So if you got some binder copies, make sure you guys take a look at, and if they're PSA 10 worthy, why not just try to send them off and see what you can get with them. But like I said, you better make sure to do deep look and under a microscope, basically, because they're obviously pretty hard to grade if they got that much multiplier. But I'm kind of rambling right now. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section below what's your favorite card from Crown Zenith. Mine is the Giratina, the Go Giratina. That's my favorite card. I know it's the most expensive card, but it's really nice. It looks really good. So make sure to leave your favorite card from Crown Zenith in the comment section below. I hope you guys, everybody, have a good night. Peace.